Good morning, all of you.
Ma'am, both your mics are mute.
Good morning, all of you. I welcome you all to the online education class brought to you by Brihan Mumbai Municipal Corporation. Now, today I'm going to continue with the chapter called as Fun with Magnets. Now, before I continue with this chapter, we will try to recall the characteristics that we have learned in the last session. Now, starting with the first characteristic, we have learned that the magnet always settles in the north-south direction. The first characteristic of a magnet, they always face the north-south direction. The second characteristic is the magnetic force. Okay, the magnetic force is always concentrated at the two ends or the poles of the magnet. As we all know that the magnet has two poles, that is a north pole and a south pole. Okay, so if you have done an experiment also in the previous session where the iron filings, you can see that it gets attracted to the two ends of the magnet. Okay, at the center very few iron filings gets attracted. This shows that the magnetic force is concentrated at the two poles of a magnet. The third characteristic is the two poles of the magnet cannot be separated from each other. Now the bar magnet has two poles. One is the north pole and the other one is the south pole. The end which faces towards the north is called as a north pole, and the end of the magnet which faces towards the south is called as a south pole. Now if we cut this bar magnet into two pieces, again the two pieces will have two poles. One is the north pole and the south pole. Again, if we cut this bar magnet into two pieces with the help of a knife, again those two parts will also behave as a magnet and it will have two poles, that is a north pole and the south pole. And you have verified this with the help of an experiment. After cutting the bar magnet, you brought these pieces towards the iron filings, and the iron filings, you could see that it could stick towards the poles of the magnet, showing that the magnet has two poles. The fourth characteristic that you have learned is that there is a repulsion between the like poles of the magnet. Now see, you all know that the magnet has two poles. One is the north pole and the south pole. Like pole means what? Same type of a pole. North pole is a like pole. South pole and south pole is a like pole. That is the same pole. Okay, now if you are trying to bring the north pole, okay, towards the another bar magnet ka north pole, what happens? They will try to repel each other. Repel means they will try to move away from each other. So repulsion is seen between the like poles of a magnet. Similarly, if you take south pole of this magnet and the south pole of this magnet, and if you try to bring near each other, if you try to bring these two magnets towards each other, what will happen? Again, these two magnets will try to repel each other. Okay, why? Because they are having a same pole, south pole, south pole. Okay, now if you are taking two magnets in such a way that, see here, for one magnet you are taking north pole, and for the other magnet, if facing south pole, if you are trying to bring these two magnets towards each other, see carefully, north pole and the south pole, these are opposite poles. If you try to bring near each other, what will happen? They will try to attract each other. So attraction is seen between the opposite poles of the magnet, and repulsion is seen between the like poles of the magnet. We'll revise with the fifth point. A magnetic material acquires magnetism when placed near a magnet. This magnetism is called as induced magnetism. Induced magnetism. To induce the property of magnetism in a material is called as induced magnetism. Now, if you're taking an iron bar, okay, a material made of iron, okay, on a stand you connect, you just place an iron bar. On the other clamp, you just attach a bar magnet. Okay. Now see, these two the bar magnet and the iron are away from each other, and that is why they could not attract the iron filing. But as soon as you bring these two bar near each other, okay, when you bring the bar magnet, just attach the bar magnet to the iron bar. What happens? Because of the bar magnet, the iron bar will start behaving like a magnet. It will start behaving like a magnet. Okay. And because of this property, what happens? The iron filing sticks towards the magnet. The iron filing will stick to the iron bar, which is behaving like a magnet. But as soon as you separate the two, as soon as you separate the bar magnet from the iron bar, again the iron filing will come back to the surface. So what you can conclude from this, that when the bar magnet is brought near the when it is attached to the magnet, the iron bar starts behaving like a magnet. Okay, this property of magnetism is called as induced magnetism. And the sixth property that you had learned is a magnetic material can be converted into artificial magnet. Okay, if you rub the iron nail over the magnet for 30 seconds, and then you try to bring that iron nail towards some iron filing, you could see that the iron filing sticks to the iron nail. Okay, but this kind of a magnetism is temporary. It remains for a while. So we have learned about you have learned about the characteristic of magnets. Now today we are going to learn about the topic called as permanent magnet. You all know that the magnets are made from the mixture of nickel, cobalt, iron. In the first session you have learned that magnets are made from the mixture of nickel, cobalt and iron. Okay, so if we talk about permanent magnets, okay, they are made from the mixture of nickel, cobalt and iron. Permanent magnets means what? The object, okay, the object which are permanently having the property of magnetism. Okay, we'll take one more example of permanent magnet. The magnetic material called as alnico. Again, this alnico is a mixture of aluminium, nickel, cobalt. Remember, alnico is a mixture of aluminium, nickel, cobalt. Now here, the word alnico is derived from alnico. Al stands for aluminium element. Okay, nickel stands for nickel element. Ni stands for nickel element, and Co stands for cobalt. So this shows that the material alnico is a mixture of aluminium, nickel and cobalt. Alnico, aluminium, nickel, cobalt. Okay. So permanent magnets, they are a mixture of nickel, cobalt and iron. Another example we have taken of a permanent magnet, that is alnico. Here alnico is a mixture of aluminium, nickel and cobalt. Means instead of iron, aluminium is used. Now let us see where exactly these permanent magnets are used. Okay, now these magnets are fixed to a pin holder. Okay, around the cap of the pin holder, the ring-shaped magnet is attached. Okay, and due to which the pins get stick on the cap of this pin holder. Next is, you all have seen this application, you all have noticed at your home also. You can see here the magnet is fixed to the door of the cupboard, or you can see the magnet which is fixed at the door of the refrigerator. Okay, Here the permanent magnets are fixed so that they can shut down the doors of the cupboard of the refrigerators. Okay, and this can be opened only when you pull the door. The other example is permanent magnets are also used in windmill, the wind turbines. Again, here the permanent magnets are used. At home, it is used in refrigerator, washing machine, elevator, that is the lift, in the TVs, the phones. Again, here the magnets are used, permanent magnets. Then, for making hard disk, which we use in computer, again, here there is a use of permanent magnet. Next is the motors and the generators. They use permanent magnet. PM stands for permanent magnet. And the electric car, again here there is a use of permanent magnet. Now let us move towards electromagnet. Now from the word electromagnet, can you all tell me what does this word stand for? Electromagnet. If I break this, electro is one word, magnet is another. Yeah, you all can unmute the audio and try to answer the question. Electromagnet. Yes, Tahira? Unmute the audio and try to answer the question. Electromagnet. See, it's a combination of two words. Ma'am, can you please unmute Tahira Banu?
Teacher, electro or a magnet?
Yes. So, can you tell me some relation? Electro stands for what?
Electro.
Yeah, electro stands for electricity. And this magnet word, you all know it very well. Thank you, Tahira. You can mute your audio right now. Okay. So, the word electromagnet, if you see, it is made of two words, that is electro, that stands for electricity, and magnet. It shows that the materials that behave like a magnet when electricity is passed through it, okay, is called as electromagnet. Okay, here will take a small experiment through which we'll try to understand how exactly an electromagnet functions. Okay, now see, here I've taken a nail, an iron nail. Okay, a long iron nail I've taken. We are taking a wire, copper wire. Okay, we are coiling this copper wire over the iron nail, and the two ends of the copper wire are then connected to a battery. Now, as soon as they are connected to the battery, what happens is the current starts flowing. Now, due to the flow of current, what happens is the magnetism, okay, the iron nail starts behaving like a magnet. Okay, and when you bring this iron nail towards the pin or iron filing, what happens is iron filing sticks to the magnet. But as soon as you disconnect this wire from the battery, okay, when you disconnect it, what happens is again it will stop behaving like a magnet. It will not behave like a magnet. So what does it shows? That this iron nail will behave like a magnet only when it is connected with a battery. Remember, the copper has to be coiled over the nail. The coiling has to be done. Greater the coiling, greater will be the strength of the magnet. Okay, greater will be the magnetic strength. So we'll see the experiment first. So you're going to use a battery for this experiment. You'll require a nail and 1 meter ka copper wire will be required. Just straighten the copper wire. Now to this iron nail, you're going to coil the copper wire. See, greater the number of coilings, greater will be the magnetic field produced. Okay. Remember, greater the number of coiling, greater will be the magnetic field that will be produced. Now just cut the extra copper wire. Now to this copper wire, you are going to attach a battery. You can attach this with the help of a sellotape. Please take care while doing this. Do this under the guidance of the elders only. Now, when you attach the battery, what happens is the iron nail will start behaving like a magnet, and the pins are going to attract towards the iron nail. But when you when you switch off the battery, when you remove the battery from this, again they are not going to act as a electromagnet. Okay, so what is the advantage? Like, see, the here in unlike the permanent magnet, in permanent magnet we can the magnetic strength is fixed. You cannot increase the magnetic strength, you cannot decrease the magnetic strength in permanent magnet. But in electromagnet, you can increase the magnetic strength, or if you want, you can decrease the strength also. Okay. Second thing is, magnetic power of the electromagnet is more as compared to the permanent magnet. Okay. Permanent magnet have weak magnetic forces as compared to the electromagnets. Okay, due to these advantages, electromagnets have more applications than permanent magnets. Okay, here the best advantage is the magnetic strength can be increased or decreased as per the need. Okay, and that is why they have a wide application. So let us see what are the uses of the electromagnets. The first one is it is used in the doorbell. Electromagnets are used in the doorbell. It is used to pick heavy objects with the help of a crane. The crane again has here electromagnet is attached. Now when the current is passed, this part starts behaving like an electromagnet. It is used to carry the loads of the car. It is used to separate the scrap, that is the iron filings and all from the scraps. It is also used in the card readers. Now let us see how, we'll just try to learn how this property of electromagnetism is used in a doorbell. Okay, how does electromagnet function in a doorbell, that we are going to learn. That is for your knowledge. Now if you see this is how the construction of a doorbell is. Okay, here there is a gong, here there is a switch, there is an iron material which is attached over here. Okay, again there is another iron bar which is attached to this part, which is placed near to this iron bar. A small bar, to this iron bar, a hammer is attached which will strike to the gong, because of which the sound is produced. This is the gong made from iron, and this is again an iron material which is used. Now what happens is when the current is switched on, okay, when the key is switched on, what happens? The current starts flowing. Now when the current starts flowing here, it starts behaving like a magnet. Okay, the magnetic field is produced over here, because of which this starts behaving like a magnet, and this iron bar will try to come near this. When it tries to come near this, what happens is it strikes the gong. So you have seen this, because of the flow of current, this part behaves like a magnet, electromagnet. And this property is used in the electric bell. And when it strikes, what happens is again the electric circuit is broken, and because of which it comes back to its position. Clear, everyone? So again, the doorbell uses this property of electromagnet. The coiling of the wire is done over here. When the current passes, this part starts behaving like a magnet, because of which this bar comes near to this part, and automatically the hammer gets struck over the gong, and because of which the sound is produced. Okay. So this was a short application that we have learned about the doorbell, how the property of electromagnet is used in the doorbell. Now, the next property is maglev train. Okay, electromagnet is used in maglev train. Now, this is a train where they don't have a wheel. Okay, the maglev train does not have a wheel. It functions by using the properties of electromagnetism and repulsion between the magnets. Okay, now what happens here is this is the repulsion between this train and the rail. Okay, here what happens, that the repulsion is created. Repulsion, you all know how the repulsion is created. The like poles will repel each other. You all know that the like poles repel each other. Now the same property is used over here. Okay, now when they repel each other, you all know that there will be no friction. No friction. Friction means they are not going to touch each other. And if they are not going to touch each other, it means there will be less friction or no friction. So this property is used. Okay, if the friction is very less, or if there is no friction, what happens? The train will slide over this rail with a very great speed. And the magnets which are fixed on the two sides of the train, okay, on the two sides, the magnets are also fixed on the two sides. Okay, now they help the train to move forward. So again, the maglev train, which has a very high speed, uses the property of electromagnetism and the repulsion between the magnets. Okay, there are other examples where the property of electromagnetism is used, like the printers, the wind turbine, motors, medical services, like this is my scan machine. Then this is a communication system like the tablets or the mobile phones. Again, they use magnet. The computers, the loudspeakers, the mic, the VCMs in the hard disk drives, disk drive which is there in the computer parts. Okay, then you have generators, the magnetic levitations, that is we are talking about the maglev train, the aeroplane, and the automobiles. Everywhere you can see the use of the magnets. So the next topic is, how is the magnetism destroyed? Okay. Now, magnetism gets destroyed when a magnet is heated. If you try to heat the magnetism may get destroyed. So you should not heat the magnet. Okay, you should not throw the magnet or knock with a hammer or anything. So if you try to heat it or throw it, or if you try to knock it, the magnets may lose their properties. Okay, the magnetism may be destroyed. So how can we protect the magnet from losing their property? Now, what you all can do is, you can just attach this bar magnet with a soft iron bar or a pure bar. While keeping it, you can just attach the soft iron bar or a pure iron bar at the end of the magnets. Okay. So these iron bars are called as a magnet keeper. They help to protect the magnet. Magnet keeper. They help to protect the magnet from destruction. Okay. So magnet keepers are the bar of the soft or the pure iron. It is made from pure iron, which helps to protect the magnets. So in today's session, we have learned about the permanent magnet, that normally a permanent magnet is a mixture of nickel, cobalt and iron. Next is electromagnets. These are the objects that behave like a magnet only when the electric current is passed through it. Electromagnetic energy is used in day-to-day life. Okay, now electromagnets are used in the day-to-day lives also. Magnetism can be destroyed only when the magnet is heated, if it is thrown or knocked about or broken into pieces. Magnet keeper is a soft iron bar, and magnet keeper is used to protect the magnet. Okay, so I'll give you 30 seconds. Just revise the points. I hope all of you have read with the points. Now we'll move towards the question answer sessions. See the question carefully. Dash is a mixture of aluminium, nickel and cobalt. See the elements: aluminium, nickel and cobalt. The options
Magnet.
are, I'm giving you all the options also: Alnico or a Walco. So which is a mixture of aluminium, nickel and cobalt? Is it Alnico or a Walco? Very good. Very good. It's an Alnico. Okay, where Al stands for aluminium, nickel stands for, okay, Ni stands for nickel, and Co stands for cobalt. Okay, so Alnico is a permanent magnet which is a mixture of aluminium, nickel and cobalt. We'll move towards the next question. The property of electromagnetism and repulsion between the magnets. The property of electromagnetism and the repulsion between magnets are used in which? Maglev train or a metro train?
Metro train.
Sure, is it a metro train or a maglev train?
Maglev train.
Maglev train, very good. It is a maglev train. Now from the word itself you can understand MAG stands for magnet. Maglev train, MAG. From this you can understand or keep in mind. So it is a maglev train. As you all can see, it does not have wheels. It runs by using the property of electromagnetism and the repulsion between the magnets. Now let us move for the next question. True or false? Electromagnets are temporary magnet. True or false? Are they permanent magnet or are they temporary magnets? True or false?
False.
It is a temporary magnet. Very good. It's a temporary magnet.
Teacher.
Sure. Okay. Somebody said false. I'll just give you the explanation. Okay. Now, when you use electromagnets, okay, when you attach the current, when the current flows
True. True.
very good. When the current flows through it, what happens? The iron nail starts behaving like a magnet. Okay, but as soon as you remove the, okay, you stop the flow of current. What happens? The iron nail stops behaving like a magnet. It shows that it is a temporary magnet. Okay, temporary means it behaves like a magnet only for a short time, only for the period till which the electric current passes through it. So it is a true statement. We'll move for the next question. See the question carefully. First read the question. Magnet keeper, a soft or a pure iron bar is used to destroy a magnet.
False.
False. Very good. It is used to protect the magnet.
Magnet.
Magnet keeper. Keeper itself indicates that it is used to protect a magnet. Now we'll move for the next question. How is electromagnet made? We all know the procedure of how the electromagnet is made.
No.
The question is, how is electromagnet made? Okay, for this you are using an iron nail.
Battery. An iron nail and battery.
Yes, and a very important thing
wire.
that is a copper wire is used. Okay, then what you all are supposed to do is, for this construction, okay, you are going to use the long copper wire. You are going to coil it on the iron nail. Coiling has to be done, and then it has to be connected to a battery. Okay, when the switch is turned on, what happens? The current flows through the circuit. Current starts flowing, and due to this flow of current, what happens? The iron nail starts behaving like an electromagnet. It starts behaving like a electromagnet, and if you bring the iron pins towards the iron nail, what happens? The iron pins will get attracted to this iron nail. But as soon as you stop the flow of current from the battery, okay, or if you detach the wire from the battery, what happens? The iron nail loses the magnetism, the property of magnetism, and the pin falls off. Okay, this is how you are creating a magnet. Okay, a magnet is created by using, here in this experiment, you are using iron nail, long copper wire, battery is used. Okay, now your homework will be, see, you have learned about the mechanism of how doorbell works by using the property of electromagnetism. Okay, you all know, you have a fair picture or fair idea about the maglev train, which works on the property of electromagnetism. Now similarly, your homework will be to find out the role of electromagnet which is used in the speaker. Again, in the speaker, electromagnets are used. Now you are supposed to search on the Google, find out the different parts which are used, and try to find how this property of electromagnet is connected, okay, to the speaker. What is the role of this electromagnet in the speaker? That is what you all are supposed to find. Now, do you all have any doubt in the session that we have completed today? Okay, so here we are ending with the sessions. In the next session, we are going to revise the whole chapter. So be ready with the chapter. Bye everyone. Take care.